Stephen King is an absolute master at finding the horror in everyday life. And Children of the Corn, it might just be his masterpiece of heartland horror. It takes this beautiful, idyllic picture of American farm country and just flips it on its head, turning it into this total nightmare of faith and, well, brutal tradition. It really makes you wonder what's hiding behind those green stalks. So let's get into it.
So right away, we're dropped into a car with a couple, Bert and Vicky, whose marriage is completely falling apart. They're on this cross-country road trip, which is basically a last-ditch effort to salvage things. And the tension? It is so thick you could cut it with a knife. They've just turned off the main highway onto the back roads of Nebraska, and a fight is brewing, ready to just boil over.
And out here, on this totally isolated road, surrounded by nothing but corn, well, their trip is about to take a turn. A really, really bad one. From bad to worse to just plain horrific. And bam! It happens just like that. Bert's distracted by the argument. He looks away for 1 second, and something darts out of the corn. There's this awful thump under the front wheels, and then another one under the back. He slams on the brakes, the car skids, and then just this deafening silence. So Bert gets out, and he's bracing for the worst, right? He's about to see the body of a young boy that he's just hit. But the real horror is just beginning, because this wasn't just some tragic accident. Bert turns the body over, and he finds that the boy's throat had been brutally cut before he ever stumbled into the road. He was already dying. Nearby, he finds this little beat-up suitcase, and inside, besides some simple clothes, he finds something weird. It's a crucifix, but it's handmade out of corn husks, and the figure on it isn't Jesus. It's like this little doll made of corn kernels. It's just a bizarre, super unsettling clue that something is way, way off here. Bert is completely shaken up, but he does the logical thing. He puts the boy's body in the trunk and they drive towards the nearest town on the map, which is Gatlin, Nebraska. They've got to find a cop, right? Report what happened. But as they pull into town, they're hit by this eerie, profound silence. The whole place is a ghost town. And I mean, the silence is absolute. No cars, no people, not even a dog barking. It's like the entire population just vanished into thin air. Vicky is totally panicked. She wants to get out of there immediately. But Bert, he's Mr. Rational. He's determined to find somebody, anybody, in charge. And as he looks around, the clues that something is deeply, deeply wrong just start to pile up. Gas prices from decades ago, a lunchroom menu where a cheeseburger is 35 cents, and then, the final nail in the coffin, a calendar on a wall stuck on August of 1964. It hits him. 12 years ago, time in Gatlin just stopped. In the middle of all this decay and dust, there's one building that's perfectly maintained, the church. The lawn is mowed, flowers are growing. It's the only place that looks like it has any life at all. So Bert, still looking for answers, decides to go inside, leaving a completely terrified Vicky to wait in the car. Now, the sermon board outside, it doesn't mention Jesus or God, not in any way you'd recognize. Instead, it praises this other being, he who walks behind the rows. And the date on the board is for last Sunday. So whatever happened here, it's still happening. Right now. Inside, it gets even worse. The organ is busted up, its pipes are just stuffed with corn husks. And on the pulpit, Bert finds a Bible, but it's been edited. Someone took scissors and literally cut out huge chunks of the New Testament. All the stuff about mercy and forgiveness. But the Old Testament, the part with all the wrath and punishment, oh yeah, that's completely untouched. This is a religion that has chosen vengeance, not grace. Then Bert finds another book. It's a church ledger, but it's not for recording weddings or baptisms. It's a list of all the town's children. And as he starts reading through it, this absolutely sickening pattern starts to emerge. This ledger holds the town's darkest secret. And this is where it all just clicks into place in the most horrifying way. In 1964, the children of Gatlin killed every single adult in town, and ever since they've lived by a pact with their corn god. As soon as a child turns 19, they're sacrificed. That boy they hit on the road, he was trying to escape his own execution. The second Bert pieces this all together, the car horn starts blaring, just screaming from outside. He runs out of the church, and the story just explodes. The quiet part is over. The children of Gatlin have finally shown themselves. They swarm out of the alleyways, off the playground, from everywhere. There are dozens of them, all wearing these old-fashioned Amish-style clothes. And the creepiest part? They're smiling. They're laughing as they head straight for Vicky, trapped in the car.
They don't have guns, no. Their weapons are simple, rural, things you'd find in any garage or barn. Knives, hatchets, pipes, rocks. And they descend on the car, smashing windows, tearing at the doors, their faces just filled with this terrifying, righteous fury. Bert runs to help, but he's cut off by their leader, a teenager with red hair. After a short, brutal fight, Bert actually manages to kill the kid. And for a second, all the other children just freeze. They're stunned. An outsider fighting back, actually killing one of them? That was never part of the plan. And their shock gives Bert a precious moment.
In that moment, he sees that Vicky is gone. They've dragged her from the car. The children's shock turns back into pure rage. Bert does the only thing he possibly can. He runs. He just bolts, fleeing through the streets of Gatlin with this entire cult of kids chasing after him.
So where do you run when you're in the middle of Nebraska? The corn. Bert plunges into the massive cornfield, thinking it's his only sanctuary. But he's about to find out that the corn isn't a hiding place. It's the altar. It's the last place on Earth he should have gone. Deep in the field, he stumbles into this large, circular clearing, and the air is just wrong. It's thick and dead silent. No bugs, no birds, nothing. The corn around the edge is unnaturally perfect, and that's when he realizes he didn't escape. He was herded here.
And in the clearing, he sees them, his worst fears realized. Vicky is there, crucified on a wooden cross. And on either side of her are two skeletons, one in a rotting minister's robe, the other in a police chief's uniform. It's a clear message. All adult authority, the church, the law, has been sacrificed to the corn. And then he hears it, something huge, moving through the corn, coming right for him. This isn't the children, it's their God. He sees this massive, monstrous green thing with glowing red eyes. It's the physical form of he who walks behind the rows. And Bert's screams are cut short. The story ends back in that clearing. The children are all gathered around their 9-year-old preacher, Isaac. And Isaac has a new proclamation. Their God is angry. The outsiders defile their holy place. So as punishment, the age of favor, the age when you're sacrificed, is no longer 19. It's been lowered to 18. And that's where King leaves us, just twisting the knife. He leaves us with this chilling idea that this brutal cycle of belief isn't just going to continue, it's going to accelerate. It's a terrifying look at what happens when faith turns into fear. Because the corn is always hungry, and in Gatlin, the harvest is eternal.